Hey there friends, happy Sunday to you. This is not a direct firearms related video, although it obviously has an indirect link and tie to firearms. I want you to see this video real quick. I'm not sure what country this is in. Obviously this is not in the United States, but I wanted you to see this. These guys pull up, they simply go over there, whisper something to this little girl, snatch her up, and there's other guys in the vehicle, throw her in the vehicle and drive off. Obviously, there's several things wrong with this. First, and very obviously, and hope it's obvious to everyone out there, not just me, the evil of all these people in the vehicle. In other words, everybody in that vehicle having the same mindset that this is something that's acceptable for all of them to do and take part in. That just blows my mind. I would think that these types of people were so far and few between that it'd be rare to find one in a crowd of 1,000 or more than that even. But to have all these guys in the same vehicle agreeing to do this blows my mind. Second, parenting. What is this child doing on this street by themselves? And that child hasn't been taught of anything to do in case a stranger approaches you. Again, I don't want to beat the parents up too bad on this because they've just lost their child. Again, I don't know the details. I don't know the backstory on this. I don't know anything about that. I just saw this video and I felt like I needed to put a video out on this. I think this is a lesson to all of us. There is an education process to our children. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, first of all, because I'm a father and I care about children, and it makes my heart hurt when I look at this child. I know the pain, or at least I can assume the pain that the parents are going through, but what about this child? This child's likely never to be seen again, probably has already been sexually abused, physically abused, abused in every possible way, possibly sold, prostituted. But I have to draw this conclusion to the type of people who don't want to prosecute or at least be harsher to these types of scumbags and criminals. Just last week, California Assembly Democrats tried to block a child trafficking bill. Senate Bill 14 would have added trafficking of a minor to the state's 3 strikes law, which provides enhanced penalties for repeat offenses of certain serious felonies, including murder, rape, and arson. Those convicted on a 3rd strike could automatically face 25 years to life in prison. Sorry guys, but I'm not sure why the death penalty is not the penalty in this case and not 25 years in prison, but nevertheless, the Democrats blocked this. There's nothing else in this bill. This is one of the few bills that's not stacked with pork. They simply blocked it. They did not want harsher penalties for people who traffic children. Understand what I'm saying here. It's very simple. It's either harsher penalties for someone who traffics children or not harsher penalties. They chose not harsher penalties. Do you understand that? It's not because there was money for a bridge somewhere. It's not because they were putting shrimp on a treadmill somewhere. It's not because they were funding some kind of pet project somewhere else that they just didn't agree with. This was a single topic bill. Are we going to make child trafficking a harsher, or at least a harsher sentence for child trafficking? Democrats said, no, we're not going to do that. Do you see the level of evil in these people's minds? Now, since then, they have reversed course. They got so much blowback because people woke up and saw this. And now they're saying, yeah, we might have made a mistake blocking this. We'll take another look at it. Now, they're on a 4-month recess, summer recess right now. So they're probably hoping that this simmers and goes away by the time they come back in California. To me, guys, every signal has been sent to me if I'm a voter in California. Unless you are a scumbag who supports child trafficking and the pornography and the sale and all this nasty stuff of children, unless you support that, you should be outraged at this. And whether or not these Senate Democrats change their votes, you should have the message that you needed all along. You see that people in your area are supporting child trafficking, or at least they don't want to be harsh against it. Let me be fair here. Just because you didn't support this didn't mean that you were all in favor of child trafficking, but I have to wonder, why wouldn't you want harsher penalties for those child traffickers unless you support it? Very strange to me. The reason why I say this is indirectly linked to firearms, carry a firearm, and if this happens to your children, I don't want to know what happened. I hope you're reading between the lines, but I don't want to know what happened. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know what your I don't want to know what your thoughts are. I know what I would do, and I know that if I lived in a state that made it easier for child traffickers to do business.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
He's